Hello, CUBE community, and welcome back to the Accenture Reinvention Lounge here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. We're at Knowledge 2025. My name's Savannah Peterson. Very excited for this next panel with Jacqui and Dave. Thank you both so much for taking the time.
Great to be here.
Thank you. Dave, we're going to start calling you a co-host pretty soon. You've been showing up so frequently with me on the show. We absolutely love to have it. Really excited to dig into the partnership and talk about what all this means for the people actually out in the workforce, which I know is something we're both extremely passionate about. Jacqui, since you're a first-time caller here on the show.
Long-time listener, top caller.
Love to hear it, Jacqui. Glad you knew where I was going there. Give us a little bit of your background and your history with the partnership. I know you have quite a bit of tenure here.
Yeah. So I've been with ServiceNow for 4 years. But back in my career, I started at Accenture and was there for 25. So setting the record straight, I'm a deep and love Accenture, always been part of my whole classroom. And now being in ServiceNow, having the two companies work together is something that I am super excited about being a part of. And Accenture's our largest partner. And we do some of our most innovative work together. And I appreciate that partnership and friendship, Dave.
Absolutely.
That's got to be really cool, getting to be so embedded in a partnership that you've worked on both the insides of. I mean, that's like, talk about inside baseball. That's even a step beyond.
Totally. And really feel like you're rooting for two home teams.
Yeah, that co-innovation is so core. It's something that's come up a lot in the series that we've done together, Dave, so far already.
Yeah.
This has got to be a blast. What does this week mean for you, Dave? This has got to be like a whole party.
This is the party. It's awesome, man. If we could turn the camera around and see what we
He's not joking. It's a packed room out here. It looks great.
Yeah. The energy's been absolutely amazing. I mean, one of the things about our partnership working so closely with Jacqui is you can feel in this room, like our teams together show up every day with this goal to help our clients reinvent work. I mean, this is the platform to do it. Our partnership is so deep. Like we're pushing the bounds of the product, co-innovating on AI. And then as a customer of ServiceNow, running nearly 2,000 workflows across our organization, this just gives our customers confidence. We lock arms together, we can make amazing things happen.
It's that social proof that you know what you're talking about.
Yes.
A little bit to a degree. 2,000 workflows is no joke. I'm glad you brought that up. Big theme this year, without question, is Agentic AI and what's going to happen. Jacqui, can you define it for me and tell us what that really means for people beyond the buzzword?
You're asking me, the HR person in the room, to define it. Yeah, it's. I love it. It's really a great.
Yes.
I love this because I believe while the technology is really important, it's conceptually, AI helped us make better decisions, helped us predict the work that maybe we needed to do. Agentic AI now crosses the lines, the silos of organizations so that the agents can work together for the human so that we can get better work done and not just have it, kind of served up to us, that the agents are actually taking actions that we can observe or refine or just say great job and move on to something that's higher, more important, going to spend more time with customers. And for me, I feel like that unlocks so much capacity, so much potential for the people that have been working with this really powerful technology.
That's absolutely it. I mean, it really is unleashing and unlocking potential. I think it's a really beautiful way of doing that. There's so much positive that comes with that. But Dave, as you and I have talked about a lot, it comes down to trust. Yeah. And y'all have some interesting data on this too, right? Yeah. This is the core theme.
Absolutely is, Savannah. I mean, first of all, we talk about this as a technology. This is the start of a new era. This is a new era of incredible potential. And as we like talking about, it's about unleashing the power of our people in enterprises and even across nations to do it. So, and then from a trust perspective, our Accenture research, we've surveyed 3,000 C-suite members, and over 3/4 of them say the ability to adopt this technology is going to be based on how people use it. And to do that, we've got to build trust. And the opportunity we have with ServiceNow is that we can build that trust in, we can build the guardrails right into the platform. That just gives us this edge, right, to go out to customers and show them the way.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. It's so critical. And Jacqui, I can imagine in your role, being a people person extraordinaire, you must have a lot of these types of conversations as you're rolling out tools, both within the team as well as working with the community more broadly. How do you gain trust and garner that really pivotal moment when someone has that magic, oh my gosh, this is how it's going to work for me?
Yeah. And I think that the saying, like, you can't move any faster than the speed of trust.
Ooh,
So
yeah, that's so relevant.
100% this is the time we're in.
So relevant.
And I think, that the people, to get people to want to use the technology, to experiment with it, to feel comfortable even saying they're not comfortable with it, is a really important part of the future that we're all on. And we take it a stance that educating our company, teaching our people. Part of my job is making sure the training and enablement is available to our customers and our partners. So we want 3 million learners to be learning ServiceNow technology in the next 2 years. And that comes
3 million people in the next 2 years, just to double down on that. That's
Right.
That's a really exciting goal.
But that's, when you step back from it, it's a huge human endeavor, not a technology revolution, to get that to happen. And that's where, you have to have a change management plan. Like, what are your leaders saying? What's the stories you're telling? What's the accessibility to the technology? What's the ability to play with the technology and fail with it? Or be clear about, here's some tools to try, and give confidence that it's okay to give it a go and bring back the ideas. In the HR team that I lead right now, we've collected use cases, and the team's really engaged in creating what are those use cases so they can see themselves in the work. And I feel like that's how we're moving faster.
Yeah, it's so critical. We've been talking a lot about, people always talk about IQ and EQ.
Yeah.
I think there's a curiosity quotient here when it comes to enabling teams to be most successful right now during this era. And I think it's really pivotal. You mentioned use cases, and I know y'all are about impact. Can you both share some real world examples of the results and good vibes you're seeing out there in the wild? Dave, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I would love to. So you may have seen at our reality booth earlier, Savannah. This is where we're bringing to life. These are real demos of what we got in front of our clients. So you'll hear our team talking about one of their favorite use cases. They call it Agent Zero.
Yeah.
Agent 000, which, as we look at all of this work that's happening in the world, one of the most important steps when an issue gets brought your way is this complete? Do I have all the information? Have I done my research? Do I know who to assign this to? How do I prioritize it? This use case, which is complex workflow with decision-making, with intent-based guardrails, we can power that with Agentic AI. The first full-on agents built on the AI Studio will be Agent Zero at 3 or 4 of our clients. And we expect those to go live just a matter of days.
So what is this going to mean for customers? What are they going to get out of Agent Zero?
I mean, I think it's more, I know there's productivity. We all talk about productivity, but the real opportunity, I think, is in the growth. Accelerating new revenue, right? Creating new revenue lines, making things more profitable, not because of just the margins, but because you brought more to market that customers really want to buy or sell or whatever they're into. I think it's a huge opportunity.
You said something really important there, Jacqui. I want to just stick my highlighter on. When we talk about how we quantify some of the benefits of this, we do talk about productivity a lot because it's a thing we know how to quantify. They're business units that we know how to measure. But the reality is, when human beings don't think in, I was 10% more productive today inside my brain, or maybe they do, in which case, congratulations. I do not think that way personally. However, when you have the ability to think, wow, I could grow, or I could learn this new skill set, or I can expand what's possible, there's so many different things you can do and so many different types of brains within your team that you can empower. There's a lot of data. There's a lot of moving pieces when we're talking about scaling this type of stuff out. There's also a lot of things and secure information that those agents are or are not privy to. How do you balance the autonomy and control of these systems? I know Control Tower is a big part of this too. Dave, I'll start with you.
Yeah, it's a great question. I think this part goes back to the trust component, right?
Yeah.
So the really important thing as we roll this out is we need to design this so that we're helping each of our individual employees doing more fulfilling work. We all in our given day, there's a certain amount of work that we're doing here. We're like, wow, wouldn't it be amazing if I can automate that out? So the starting with is we love talking about, it's putting AI to work for people is about focusing on what is the fulfilling part of the work? Where can we leverage our team members' strengths, get them focused there? So this balance of control comes down. What's the value we're going to get out of AI? We believe very strongly. Depends how people use it. We got to keep that focus on it, using our people's strengths and automating out the work. It's monotonous or repetitive, and this technology is going to allow us to do that.
Yeah, it really is. What's your one piece of advice? I'd love to hear this from both of you. What's your one piece of advice for companies, teams, individuals that are excited, but maybe just a wee bit apprehensive of all the change that is happening around them, which I think is probably all of us to some degree. Jacqui, I'll start with you.
I think it's going to be obvious. It's to get started. It's find a partner that you can brainstorm with, get examples from. I do a ton of research to see what others are doing, bring it to my own team, and just say it's time to get started. Let's do some use cases. Let's get some wins. Let's get some confidence. And then I see a flywheel of opportunity once I've seen my team even be the ones that get started.
I can imagine that. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, it's fantastic advice.
Yeah,
I'm building on that. I mean, I think that's why this is the largest knowledge event ever.
Yeah, so excited
here, right? These are folks just here in this session. They're all here to understand what will it take to make it real. And what we feel is this conference is going out. It's the building what Jacqui said. Take this first step and get started. There are ways of getting going. There's certain areas of the business to get going, but the importance of you've got to start getting to use this technology to build the trust. So taking that first step is critical.
And there's programs in place between ServiceNow University. There's a lot of different ways to get started.
Yes.
I feel like we had the era of YouTube University, so to speak, and now there's this whole new university of AI and agentic education that's very exciting. Final question for both of you, because this has been fabulous. When we're hanging out at Knowledge in 2026, what do you hope to be able to say then that you cannot yet say today? Jacqui, I'll start with you.
I mean, it would be great to be on stage together, the big stage. How about that, 2026?
Yes.
Where we're bringing to life stories that haven't been written yet, with people in roles that maybe haven't been created yet, that are driving someone or somebody, some company, billions of dollars of opportunity. And
I love it.
I feel like, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so into this. Yes. I will be interviewing you in the green room after that to get that full story. I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
You know what? I don't think you can top that. But I don't think Jacqui's suggestion is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic, man. When we come back a year from now, I think we're going to having discussions about these whole new ways we're going to Agentic AI to this next week. So we're talking about getting started. We're going to have all these stories about these changes that have already happened. So I love this idea that Jacqui has. Let's do it.
Yes, that's fantastic. More real world stories of human impact. Jacqui and Dave, thank you so much for taking the time during this busy week.
Thank you, Savannah.
My pleasure. And thank all of you for tuning in. I hope you're feeling as inspired as we're feeling here at the Accenture Reinvention Lounge in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name's Savannah Peterson. You're watching theCUBE, the leading source for enterprise tech news.